Well, so you may have heard, my beloved Giant Bicycles is going into Dick's. And you may have seen some headlines that look like this right here. Let's discuss it. If you do enjoy this kind of content, please, the way you can support the channel is to like, subscribe, share it, comment. The more comments, the more it gets shared. I appreciate each and every one of you. Let's jump into today's video. I was going to push this back a little bit and do a full-sized video on the situation here, but I've had so many text messages and emails, everything like, oh my god, did you see Giant is going into Dick's Sporting Goods? And I want to clarify some things with this because especially one of the bigger cycling news organizations, the Global Cycling Network, they put out, a little piece that basically made it sound like Giant was going into all the Dick's Sporting Goods in America. Now, eventually that might be the case. Who knows? I don't think it is, and we'll get into it. But first, let's actually go over what Giant is doing. They sent out this kind of like FAQ thing for Giant dealers. What is Giant actually doing? There are 25 stores, so Dick's owns 700 Dick's branded stores in the US. That's a lot. They also own this subgenre? No, that's not correct. Sub-brand of stores are kind of the direct competition to REI, but the stores are much smaller, so it's let me look them up really quick so you know, because they're not really on the East Coast as much, or at least they're not in North Carolina where I'm at. Public Lands is one, Moose Jaw, Dick's House of Sports, and the way they describe them, Dick's, is they are a leading shops retailer in America providing high-level experience to athletes of all kinds. With their influence on millions of athletes, they will be a great asset for promoting and selling our premium bikes. Even in the article that GCM posted said that Giant was just doing entry-level bikes through Dick's stores. That's completely false too. Giant is literally partnering with Dick's to put bikes in their REI competition stores. So Cannondale is already in these stores, Intense is already in these stores, and now Giant is going to go into these stores. There's a lot of them on the West Coast. Giant's only going into 25. They're only going into the ones they really don't have any representation in that local area market. And Giant really kind of tries to hit home that they are not going to put these bikes anywhere that's going to be in direct competition with the independent bike dealer. And I am an optimist. I also tend to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and hope that they mean the best until they prove me wrong. And Giant has yet to prove me wrong. They've always been about the independent bike dealer. Even in the FAQ, they explain Trek sells through independent bike dealers. They sell their gear in REI, so Bontrager's in REI. They sell through their company-owned stores. They also do direct-to-consumer, and they sell through Shields, which I don't even know what that is. And then Specialized sells through independent bike dealers, Backcountry, Colorado Cyclist, Performance, their company-owned stores, and a direct-to-consumer with no or limited market share. This is definitely why a lot of people were PO'd at Specialized, because when per my knowledge, talking to other Specialized dealers, when you buy a Specialized off of their website and they ship it to a dealer, that dealer just gets paid to build the bike. They don't get their margin. So if you want to support your local Specialized dealers, please go to the store and have them order it. Don't order it off the internet. And then, of course, Pawn, they sell through some independent bike dealers. REI's, they're in the Dick's brands as well. Big box stores, Public Lands, Sun and Ski. And then we've got Giant. So before this, Giant only sold through independent bike dealers, and that was really it. They did some online sales with in-store pickup, but the one thing that I love about Giant, especially since we work with them, if you go onto the internet, let's say the shop doesn't have the trance that you want, but on Giant's website they do, and you would like to use Giant's financing. You can go on there, you pick the bike, you pay for the bike, and you have to pick the store that it's going to be sent to. So you would pick your local bike shop, because of course you don't want to drive a million miles away. Get your complete margin, so it would be no different than if you just bought the bike off the floor. We have to honor the warranty for it, we build the bike, all of that jazz. So it's no different than if we were to order the bike. Other than, I think you probably would have to pay shipping. Come into the bike shop, you're not going to really have to pay shipping unless you want the bike right now, because normally we just put together an order to nullify the shipping cost. You order so many bikes, you don't pay shipping. So that would be the only reason to come in versus buying it online. you get a little bit cheaper, but other than that, we get our full margin, so I like Giant for that. Of course, in the frequently asked questions, they talk a lot about how the public lands, Moose Jaw, Dick's House of Sports, they have bike shops inside of them, much like REI. They are not discount stores. They have to adhere to the MAP pricing, so that means you can't go in there and buy something at a discount. Like at the bike shop, if it is a brand new 2024 bike, if you go into a store and we've got that bike marked down $500, Giant no likey. That's not illegal to do that, but Giant can pull your dealership, so they're not going to be a discount retailer. And Giant also states, question, is Giant moving away from specialty retail, meaning the independent bike dealer? Absolutely not. We are 100% committed to retail support, but Giant says we value all of our retailers and remain committed to our business model of supporting specialty retail. Your health is our health, and we will continue to prioritize the success of the independent bike dealer. I tend to agree with Giant, and I believe them. Trek and Specialized as of late, and since COVID, they've been buying up a lot of independent bike dealers, trying to gain a lot of market share, and I think Giant, this was kind of their move to still be competitive. Same with Pawn. Pawn bought a ton of... They bought Mike's Bikes. One of the biggest bike shop chains on the West Coast. It was a big Specialized dealer, so I think this is Giant's way of trying to combat that, to keep relevant in markets where they don't have independent bike dealers. But no, I don't think this is going to hurt the bike shop, BSG. I don't think this is going to hurt any kind of independent bike dealer. I could be 100% proven wrong in the future, but I don't think we're going to see actual Giant brand bikes in your local box store like Dick's anytime soon. If you look at what they did with GT, which I'm working on a video on, GT has been devalued quite a bit, even though the GT bikes that are in Dick's you can't really get at an independent bike dealer. It's like a separate GT. They do like a different line just for Dick's. So again, I just wanted to put a quick little video out, kind of hitting the high points of why Giant is going into these public lands, Moose Jaw, Dick's House of Sports. Not actual big box store Dick's. They're not going in there yet. I could be completely wrong. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this move from Giant. Let me know if you think they are going to try to go that route as well. I'm still a Giant supporter if we are talking about the big four, Giant, Trek, Specialized, and now Pawn. I still think Giant is the best. They do support the local bike shop better than the other ones, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. Let's get on to the next video. Just wanted to get this out to you guys. See ya. Later.